Ever since the release of Chapter 4, our heads have been baffling, full of questions about the future of Chapter 4 and the lore of Chapter 4. And honestly, we haven't had that much answers yet. We realise where the 7 are right now, but we generally do still believe that Epic have forgotten about them. Last season there was a character called Riftward Stellan, and he was revealing so much about the lore to us. Until Season 2, Epic Games just kind of killed him off without a trace. Epic have also done the same to the Oathbound as well. We were literally at the brink of figuring out who this shapeless man was. The most recent batch of the Syndicate quests revealed almost nothing to us, whilst the first batch actually revealed something. But I really have to admit, in the most recent Fortnite update, Epic Games actually did quite a lot, and especially with the lore as well. Cracks have been added near the 0 point, and the 0 point files have actually been updated, and some new monoliths have actually started to appear on the island. And there is most likely going to be a live event in this season, so I'm actually having a bit of hope for the rest of Season 2. But I only said Season 2. You see, I don't have hope in Chapter 4 Season 3 nor Chapter 4 Season 4. And in your mind you're probably saying, why? Well, let me explain. 2019 into 2020, we got our first season of Chapter 2, and there were very mixed opinions on this season. This season was out in a very dead time for Fortnite. There were like 90 bots in every single game, and that's because there weren't really any updates or new map changes. But I have to admit, this season had a very good lore. Chapter 2 Season 1's lore was basically kind of just a build up to Chapter 2 Season 2, and as we know today, they were called Ghost and Shadow. Back then they were called Alter and Ego. I'm not going to explain the whole Season 1 lore to you because, to be honest, I would be here for quite some time, but I do mention it in my upcoming Jonesy video. But I have to say that this season did not fail with revealing their story. Back then we didn't have quests with voice lines. We had loading screens, and although these loading screens may have not teased that much, they were still loved by the community. Now, loading screens would stop being used in Chapter 2 Season 2, and to be honest, Epic would tell us about the story within the cosmetics. Not just part of the battle pass, other cosmetics as well. Now, the rest of Chapter 2 had its fair share of ups and downs. Now, the last season of Chapter 2 was Chapter 2 Season 8, and although the whole season didn't have the best story, well, we weren't losing hope because we were revealed about the Chapter 2 finale, and we were hoping for this event to give us so many answers about the lore. And you know what? It did. We saw a full return to the 7. In this event there was also a lot of lore bombshells as well, and we saw the island of Apollo to flip to Artemis. Chapter 3 revealed a lot about the story, and we finally know what Reality Zero actually looks like. Lore fans were also very happy as this chapter revealed the home of the 7, which was the Sanctuary. The Chapter 3 Season 1 story was also very good as well, as we were helping the scientists to bring back the paradigm. Chapter 3 Season 2 also had a massive story as well, and it was mainly about a war between the 7 and the Imagined Order. In this season we were introduced to 3 new 7 members, and the quests and other cosmetics also revealed a bit about the lore as well. And now it is time for Collision. Now, this event actually revealed a lot about the lore to us, for example the Paradigm's new suit, Salone being gone, and Geno. So after Season 2 then came Season 3, aka Vibin, and many people thought that Chapter 3 was a chapter mainly about the 7. Well, all their hope died in Season 3. Season 3 was such a bad season for the lore. We were introduced to a character called Amy, who in future seasons would be quite an important character, but back then in Season 3 she was annoying as hell. At the end of this season, 7 members started to go missing, and honestly the quests weren't really telling us anything, in which this led to Chapter 3 Season 4. Many people hated this season just because it killed off their favourite members of the 7. Now, in gameplay wise, this season wasn't actually that bad, but in storyline terms, this season was goddamn awful. No one understood the origins of the Chrome, and even though we know where the 7 actually are today, but we did not know back then, and it led to so many questions and arguments. Now, Chapter 3 was going to have an end-life event called Fracture, and we thought that this would save the storyline, but the hype for it was worth nothing. Now, Reality Zero was destroyed, and we had to help build a new island with Zero Fusion. Now, in this event, we spent over 30 minutes doing tasks to help the 0 point, but some people described it as doing chores. The hype for this event was massive, but then it was just all a letdown in the end. And this event literally revealed nothing about the storyline, and then the Paradigm was killed off. But Chapter 4 Season 1 revealed so much about the storyline, just like Chapter 3 Season 1 and Chapter 3 Season 2. But no, Season 1 really went for it, adding a character named Stellan who told us about a shapeless man, and now we know where the 7 are thanks to an Amy fragment. Right now, I explained for quite some time, haven't I? I think 4 minutes, almost 4 minutes, I believe. But for some reason, I just have hope in the rest of Season 2, for example, all the cracks and all the monoliths appearing around the island. But I have a theory about the cracks, and it's quite a dark one. So through updates of Season 2, it is believed that these cracks will get worse and worse, and they will spread across the whole island. Now, these cracks could be getting caused by this hot spring location near Mega City, because this location is actually a dormant volcano. Now, it is believed for Mega City to be destroyed next season, but with these cracks, will there even be a Chapter 4 map left next season? We realize that Epic Games are decreasing the length of chapters because they are decreasing seasons. Now, the main belief here is that Chapter 4 will end with a Season 4 season. And if this season would be the last season of Chapter 4, then this live event is going to be a lot like Fracture, because the cracks are going to rip through the island, leaving Asteria to be in pieces. Now, on my streams lately, I've been asking people, what do you think the Chapter 5 map will be? But I think it will be like this island. It will be caused by Zero Fusion. I'm not sure whether Epic Games learnt their mistakes from Fracture, but hopefully they did, and if they did actually learn their mistakes, then we'll be having a good live event this season. Now remember, this is just a theory, so it might be wrong, but for now, things on the island ain't looking that good. Now we know that this season will end between wars with the Last Reality and other syndicates, and if the war gets really heated up, then there's a chance that next season could be a bit like Season 3 Vibe-In season, because the war would have stopped and it would be summer, which is normally a very chill time for Fortnite. But there is a problem, and that is that Epic Games employees will take a break in summer like they did last year, and then there will be no updates and a lack of lore. But all respect to those employees, because they do need to spend time with their family. Now, it is very unlikely for Chapter 4 to last longer than 4 seasons. If so, I would be very surprised. But Epic kind of have to, because we need build up for Chapter 5. We need to know how the island's going to be made. Whether Reality Zero will just magically come back, or Zero Fusion will occur again. Now, we have heard some characters, for example the Foundation, mention home wherever it is in the Fortnite universe, and this place is obviously where us as a looper came from. If Reality Zero will return and that's where the Chapter 5 map will be, or Zero Fusion can happen again, or this Chapter 5 map will be home. But if it ain't any of these, then I have no hope in Fortnite Chapter 5. Now there's a chance that next chapter might not even be called Chapter 5, it might be called something else, for example Fortnite 2 or something else. But it is most likely going to be known as Chapter 5. Anyway, that was me talking about how I do not have any hope in Fortnite Chapter 5. I really hope you understood that video, and if you enjoyed it, then smash that like button and subscribe. That would be very nice. Anyway, thank you for watching, see you guys later, bye.